Morning, friends. This is Jean. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Jean, your support coach and mentor, signing on a Facebook Live on another success word of the day, which is feel. You see it in my title. And yes, you feel everything before you decide whether you want to go ahead with it, whether you want to propagate it, whether you want to lessen it. Feeling is everything, right? Feeling tells you, really, really tells you, it's your internal GPS, it's your internal indicator, and it tells you how to proceed. So as we start, I'm waiting for you guys to hop on. Anyone who can hop on, I'd love to share with you and love for this to impact your day. But the most important, if you're hearing later, do hashtag replay, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, just so that I know that these topics resonate with you. So feeling, my friends, is your internal GPS. It's your global positioning system for our minds, for our hearts. But the most important, it tells you where you are placed and how you are placed on that venture. So, example, there are times when you want to succeed and you want to go to that super exciting place. I've made it, I've done it. And often we are at the beginning. How does it feel? Initially, you have all that excitement, you have all that hope. Great. As you're going through it, sometimes you will recheck yourself. Wait, how do I feel now? There are times you'll feel overwhelmed. There are times you'll feel successful. When you feel successful, you know what? Even though you haven't yet reached there, you will find that the feeling of feeling successful, the reason you feel it, because you've got all the elements in place. You've got your calls in place, you've got your interactions in place, you've got your clients in place, you've got everybody in place, everything in place. Once you have all that in place, you know it's only a matter of time because you're riding that momentum. That's the feeling. Feeling is the important indicator. Always check with yourself, how does it feel? There are times I can almost predict what will happen because of the way I feel. There are times you feel overwhelmed, and then you'll have an overwhelming conversation. There are times you feel successful. Yes, the results are yet to come, but it's amazing how people pick around you, pick how you're feeling, pick the momentum of your thoughts, and they are able to pinpoint exactly. Yes, you seem to having it going. You seem to have it on a roll. How are you feeling, my friends? Feeling is your internal GPS system. I'm going to add it to that. I love that. So let me know if you have any other thoughts or any other experiences with regards to feel. Often, when you have an adversity, like Franklin D. Roosevelt, right? Born into a wealthy family, Harvard graduate, designed for success, and at the age of 40, he contracted polio. Now, he could have either, you know, been bogged down by the fact that I'm never going to make it. Unfortunately, I had polio. And that feeling could have either overwhelmed him, or he could have said, no, what it is like to conquer it, what is it like to cross that barrier? What is it like to not get bogged down? What is it like to have a life where you're free of the disease? When he focused on that, did it change like this? No, the physical circumstances had to change. But mentally, once he changed that, overrode that feeling of fear to the feeling of, no, I know what it is like. This is what I want to feel. This is what I want ultimately, and worked with that feeling for the next 3 years through his exercises, through his medical visitations. He did overcome it, and ultimately, he became the governor of New York and then the president of America, right? Leading them through the great paralysis moment, which is depression. How ironic is that? This is courtesy John Maxwell blog. When I was reading it to get a better sense of feel, while I know about feeling and the fact that it's an internal GPS system, I was looking for examples to share with you. Examples in our lives are tremendous, right? There are times, like I was writing an article yesterday, and I felt that it wasn't tight enough. It was Like the concepts were there, but at the end of the day, it wasn't tight enough in terms of a good flow. So that's what I was feeling. There was a feeling sense there. I sent it off to my sister, and sure enough, she came back saying, "Jean, you're right. It's not tight enough. These are things that need to be changed." So I know about it. I have that feeling, and then I reach out to make that feeling a surety, to overcome that feeling of there's something not right about this. So reach out to overcome that feeling of there's something not right about this to making it right. Your GPS is your first signal. There are times you want to move careers and you're feeling that this is not the right place, not the right time. I've got to do so much more. If you've got to go do so much more, go ahead and reach out to mentors, reach out to people who have the tools to say, wait a minute, this is what I'm doing. What do I feel I can do more. How can I shore up that feeling? What activities can I put in place? Can I talk to people from different industries? Can I do different tool sets? Can I uh, for a want of a better word, beef up my resume? Can I? Can I go to those companies and talk to them? What are you losing? If that feeling is inside of you, you want to shore up that feeling to say, yes, I had a feeling I could make a change. I had a feeling I could make a greater impact in the area of my success. And you go and tap those people, those organizations that need your expertise or would better benefit from your area of expertise. But the action, my friend, following the feeling is always there. Feeling without action will get you nada, nothing. Action after you feel is the key. On the same note, if you're feeling down and depressed, and you're trying to take action at that time, you know what? You'll end up fighting with everybody. So don't do it. When you're feeling down, you want to understand first why you're feeling. And then you want to change that dial, like the GPS, to start pointing you in the correct direction. The other example is when I speak to my kids, I will always, especially my younger daughter, she's a very emotional person. I say, Jillian, how are you feeling? I feel blah, 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 blah. Jillian, what it would be to feel like, you're having a good time, that you feel more confident, happy. This would need to happen, this would need to happen, this would need to happen. Okay, for that needs to happen, what do you need to do? And just when she thinks of what she needs to do, her whole attitude changes from feeling down to, wait a minute, when I'm thinking of the things I like to do, my whole attitude changes, my vibration changes, the momentum in my body, in my mind changes, because now I'm feeling the excitement of something different happening. I've changed the dial of my feelings. Feelings is our internal GPS, my friends. I cannot tell you how more important it is. Like yesterday, when I spoke about hearing and being open to different levels of hearing, I'm talking about the feeling part today. Feeling is an experience, I said, or a sensation, but more important, feeling is your internal GPS system. I have one more nice, beautiful quote that I have. People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. And that's what I was talking about when I said that when you are in the momentum of changing something, you first recognize what you're feeling. And then if that feeling is putting you down, overwhelming you want to work with that feeling and say, what will it take for me to feel better? What needs to happen for me to feel better? What can I do to make that change to feel better? Classic conversation, right? If somebody wants to change their job, they will come to you again and again, and I want to change, and I want to change, and I want to, yes, you want to change. But what do you want to change? What are you getting outside that you're not getting here? When they're able to pinpoint, they say, wait a minute, I'm almost getting everything here. So what do you want to change? Once they have that satisfaction that, I'm getting everything here, then they actually look at other components to see if they're really not getting it in the place they are, or you know what, it's generally something that, so for example, if you're a miner, for example, and you're working in a numbers field, clearly, you want to work with your hands, but you're in the numbers field. They're clearly two different things. But for most people in the service related organizations, when I've had the conversations with them, often they want to do something more. But when I ask them in terms of time, in terms of schedule, in terms of placement, and in terms of the quality of the work they're doing, I said, what's different outside that you're not getting here? Often when they think about it and then they tweak and they say, you know what? Yeah, it is just two or three things that I need to tweak so that the same thing I'm looking for, I'm finding here. You need to plan. You need to plan ahead of time so that you are able to drum up that feeling of organization, planning, success right into your day-to-day schedule. And the hero and the coward both feel the same fear. Only the hero confronts his fear and converts it into fire. There you go, my friends. The hero and the coward both feel the same fear. So, at any situation, at the cusp of the situation, you have that feeling. You either have the feeling of dread or you have the feeling of success. But you have a certain feeling before you go on in. Now, a hero would turn it around. And trust me, he didn't become a hero overnight, but he's learned. But here's what he would do, he would turn it around with a barrage of, yes, I am, and I can do it, and I can do it, because he knows the magic of the feeling and the momentum behind those words to change the level of the vibration. Now, a coward had the same feelings, but he didn't know the magic of the internal GPS feeling and allowed it to overwhelm him and didn't take the challenge. Which side of the road do you want to be, my friends? Do you want to be a hero or do you want to be a coward? As heroic as hero sounds, it works with right, simple steps. Pay attention to the feeling inside of you. Pay attention to the GPS in your mind. Hi, Pranali, how are you? Alice, how are you? Hey, Alice, I love you too. Thank you so much. Pay attention to the feeling inside of you. Pay attention to the feeling that's going to generate the momentum of what you're going to do next, my friend. And trust me, you can't go wrong. That will be your ticket to success. This is Jean, your support coach and mentor, signing off on our Facebook Live. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye for now.